The Constitution DAO, the whole thing with Constitution Sotheby's is just incredibly unique and intriguing and historical. So there's only one of 13 original copies of the U.S. Constitution that are surviving today, and one of them went up for auction in Sotheby's in New York. So it was up for auction, and this DAO was formed about a week ago or so to put a bid in on it, and they raised over $40 million, and we're going to bid on it. And they were bidding on it, and they almost got it, but they missed out. One guy, I don't remember who it was. I think it's actually someone else who's also in crypto, actually won the auction. But the thing of it is, this was an auction where Sotheby's allowed Ethereum to be a currency that you could use to bid. So it's different than what happened with Beeple's NFTs back at the beginning of the year that sold for $69 million. Yeah, it was an NFT. Yeah, it was based on Ethereum, but people were betting like fiat money. This, they were taking bids in Ethereum. So, Stash, the narrative that Ethereum as money has gotten a lot of press. How butthurt are the Bitcoin Maxies right now?
I mean, I feel like this is one of those things where, a real Bitcoin maximalist probably is just kind of, not paying attention to it. I don't think that they're sitting over like, I can't believe it was Ethereum. Like, because, the difference here is that, what the Constitution DAO was able to do was to crowdsource in a very quick manner, this kind of raise, and it shows the power of, programmable type of money, right? Of being able to do something like create a DAO that can be so big and raise millions of dollars, and then gets, I wouldn't say special treatment, but get fast track treatment by companies like FTX to help them with this cash out, because Sotheby's was not taking Ethereum. So if you guys don't know that, they wanted cash, and so FTX was going to help them to cash out for this bid. But I mean, in particular, like Bitcoin Maximals, I think that they're pretty set in what they want out of crypto, and if they're only going to be betting on Bitcoin, it's not a bad bet, but it is a very limited bet, is what it comes down to. So if you're only limiting yourself to Bitcoin, then there's a lot of other opportunities and cool things that you can be a part of, and that's why we don't see any Bitcoin DAOs, because you can't do it, right? I mean, not really. And so until maybe there's smart contracts coming to Bitcoin, which may be a long time from now, I don't know that these Bitcoin Maxis are going to change their mind on any of those stances. So I don't know if they're butthurt, but maybe they've just got their head in the sand and just like, I'm not watching, I'm not paying attention, I don't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they scoffed at ultrasound money, and now look at them. So, Steve, is this a watershed moment for DAOs?
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of DAOs being kind of the future of work, and I've talked about this in the past, where there's virtually no barrier to entry other than having skin in the game. And in the United States, basically an accredited investor is someone who has over $1 million in net worth, and yet they can get access to all these instruments and assets and make investments, but yet anybody can go to Vegas and lose all their money immediately, instantly. And something like this constitutional DAO shows that anyone from anywhere, doesn't matter your background, your neighborhood, anything about you, could literally participate in ownership of the Constitution. And I think it was the ability to control where it was placed. If I remember correctly, it was like where it's going to be displayed, how it's going to be displayed, and things like that were how they were going to have their proposals sent. But I really like the disruption of a decentralized organization, because it's unstoppable. Basically, you have people from all over the world, doesn't matter your background, you can just participate in voting for proposals. And I have participated in quite a few. PieDAO is one of them. I really like the concepts that people bring to the table, because you get a front seat to some of the most innovative proposals that are coming in. So people that want to change the world are literally submitting proposals to get funding from these decentralized organizations. So if you want to change the world, go find a DAO, write up a proposal and submit it, and it'll get voted on and maybe passed. And then you get funding. It's pretty sweet.
pretty sweet.
It's like decentralization democracy is kind of a beautiful thing.
It is.
Rice. So
Yeah.
how is this different from a high-priced Bored Ape sale or some expensive Axie potions? Like, what's the difference maker here?
Well, from my opinion, when it comes to these kind of art auctions, especially Sotheby's, I mean, these are very well-known organizations and auctions. So it's not just an NFT project that may have some success. This is something that's been around for quite some time. As far as them accepting Ethereum, I'm sure that they would be open to accepting other cryptocurrencies. It's just Ethereum is the one that's being highlighted in this. Now, the idea of a DAO, obviously, Steve said some really great points. If you look what's going on in Wyoming with them passing the fact that a DAO can be recognized as a legal entity if they register with the state, and you see what's going on with this blockchain city with the 40 acres in Wyoming. Constitution DAO did something really cool to bring a lot of attention to cryptocurrency. And they're kind of attaching themselves to something that's very historic. Our Constitution is one of the most important things, if not the most important document in the history of the United States. Only 13 exist. So for them to try to have that kind of attachment to American history, I feel is a good thing. Especially, I am a son of the Revolution. My 5-time great grandfather served in the Revolutionary War. So, and I'm involved in crypto. So those connections, I think, are really cool. I think it's really, it's also when you think about everything going on with like your Hillary Clintons and your infrastructure bills and such, this is putting a positive light when it comes to the government and cryptocurrency from a different aspect, because it's also showing where these DAOs and these entities and people in crypto care about the American values and care about our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. I think those are things that people should also be taking note of. Now, as far as this particular auction, they did do an auction a few weeks ago with starting with the cryptocurrency. I think that was the very first crypto sales auction. So it doesn't say it's limited to just Ethereum, but the Constitution bidding capped in a historic night for crypto. But earlier 2 weeks, street artist Banksy captured millions of dollars in Ethereum in an auction for the first crypto sales at Sotheby's. So this the Constitution one was the second one, which makes it seem like this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's just going to bring more attention to cryptocurrency. Plus, if you're a whale, we're in a bull market, and you're considering taking profit and cashing out instead of selling and doing a taxable event. You could be purchasing artwork and things like that and just transferring your value and getting over on the system as well. So it's got a lot of awesome perks too from what America to me represents. And it also has a very powerful statement underneath.
Austin, so with FTX being tied so closely to Solana, can you see Solana being the next crypto payment accepted by Sotheby's?
Yeah, I think it's really just a matter of kind of what the highest bidder wants to pay. And I think at some point, it's like if there was a Solana whale who wanted to buy the Constitution for $60 million, I think they would be more than willing to be open to accepting Solana. I wanted to touch on kind of a couple of things of why this is really an interesting movement. So, of course, they formed a DAO and they wanted to buy the Constitution. And I think obviously there's symbolism there. It's this new age, this new community that's coming in to try and buy this old age, something that is the foundation of the United States. And as like the housing market is increasing, the American dream of buying a house and owning a house is slowly dwindling away. But what we're getting through the ownership of DAOs is an American dream and the ability to actually have ownership in companies and startups. And that's what DAOs are providing. And it's an opportunity for anybody in the world to get involved in any DAO. All you have to do is join a Discord and then participate. They're looking for active people in their communities. On our channel, The Incubator, we have somebody in our Discord community who's now part of the Sushi DAO, like a head developer in the Sushi DAO. And what did he need to do that? He just participated and made a proposal, and now he's developing to build out their ecosystem. And Sushi is one of the biggest DAOs in the world, and they need developers. So anybody can become part of these things. It's just about participating and learning. So it's truly an opportunity that is extremely exciting for anybody that's involved in crypto.
Gotcha. So real quick, what's I guess it's like a lightning round. What's the next DAO that all of y'all would want to see? We'll start with Rice.
I muted myself. Actually, I'm going to be talking to Ben when I see him in Miami about this, because it's kind of an idea of a pack, because he's been talking about a political action committee, and I think that's something that BitBoy Crypto is going to be doing. So I think a DAO in regards to a pack, a political action committee, would be a great idea. Also, I really do like the idea of the private membership associations, or what is being done with this blockchain city in Wyoming with the DAO.
Yeah, that's
But
fantastic.
definitely when it comes to lobbying, I think that we need to make a lot more of a positive effect in with our politicians, and be able to let our voices be heard the correct way. And there's a lot of money in the space. A lot of people have had their lives changed, and some of that money could be given to opportunities to be able to explore it and educate some of these politicians, so that we can make more impact on Capitol Hill.
Absolutely. Steve, what do you think?
So at NFT NYC, I went to the CyberKongs rooftop party. Shout out to the CyberKongs. Any Kongs in the chat? It's an amazing community. Love my Kongs out there. And we were thinking about what the most impactful DAO could possibly be for all of crypto. And we came up with an idea, and anybody that's watching should definitely make this. I'm going to make it. But a DAO that basically provides the initial Ethereum fees for all people's wallets. So if you're brand new to the space, when you download something like MetaMask or Exodus or one of these wallets, you have to put Ethereum in there in order to transact and swap and things like that. So if there was a DAO that filled people's wallets just with enough dust to initially transact, you would remove all these back steps that cause it. And I feel like just having a DAO together where everybody contributed, I would totally invest in that. I know a ton of people that would, because we'd lower the barrier to entry for everybody in the crypto space. Everybody watching this would be able to seamlessly get in there. So that's what I think would be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would really turbocharge adoption. Stash, what do you think for DAOs?
Man, both of those you guys just gave, those are both really great ideas. I mean, like, the political thing is always on the top of my mind when it comes to DAOs. What kind of governance can really benefit? And I mean, our government is not doing so well, and it hasn't been. I mean, and so I think a DAO would work there. And man, doing a DAO that helps to accelerate crypto adoption, I think is great too. Kind of piggybacking on the political side, I would love to see a DAO control voting in general, and voting rights. To be able to, what I'm saying, to be able to have
governance.
This, because that's something that becomes very important across everything. And without having that kind of decentralized control, you put a lot of power into companies that we've seen time and time again, like, oh, this vote machine didn't work, or this these people counted this certain thing this way. And so to have that kind of managed by a DAO, people, I think, could be a really big boon, and using blockchain technology in conjunction with that. So I think it'd be kind of interesting to see something to do around voting.
Fantastic. Austin?
Another thing too I wanted to add, just venture capital, I think would be a really cool idea for a DAO.
Yeah, Gary Gensler's going to not be happy about that. But Austin, what do you think? What do you think is next for DAOs?
I think the DAO world is so new that we're really not sure what's going to come of it. But I would like to see, I don't know when this is going to come, but I think it will eventually come, some sort of DAO that is focused on the validation of facts, in a sense that what is truthful and what is not truthful. So similar to how a GitHub repo, you can see who commits code and who denies code and who actually changes it. I would like to see a community that's focused on providing factual information to the people in the world at large, so that this fake news, this kind of propaganda, whatever you want to call it, where we truly don't know what's right and what's wrong, there can be people that are holding this community accountable and this knowledge base accountable, such that if they do think something has changed, they can propose it, and then it goes by mass voting and governance.
Yeah, it's incredible, the potential of DAOs.